Hey everyone's Jackal Wolf coming at you with another Sky Factory Survivors series. This is episode 7. It is also the third episode in my series of 5 episodes that I do not have any audio for. That was my own fault. I started recording. I did a marathon back to back recording episode or a recording session, and I was a big dum-dum and I left my microphone off. So what I'm doing here is I am recording a voiceover. I've done it for episodes 5 and 6, and it seems to work out pretty good. I am quite happy with how they're turning out. So I'm going to continue it on it. I'm going to do it for 7, 8, 9. But if you are just joining me, this is the Sky Factory Survivor series where I give myself a monthly challenge. This month's challenge is the reverse Q*bert petting zoo. That means I've got to build in a Q*bert style pattern, and then my goal for the month is to spawn as many passive mobs as possible and put them on their own little areas. So that is where the petting zoo comes from. The reverse Q*bert refers to the Q*bert pyramid upside down, simply because it seems to make more sense to build from the point up rather than the point down or the flat part up. So for this challenge, I thought that would be the easier way to go. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Now I've got a lot of info. Well, I've got a little bit of info on my Discord page of this month's challenge. I do plan on putting a little bit more up there as well. So feel free to drop on by. There's a link down below where I will be discussing all the different challenges that are coming up. Now, I haven't got any info up there yet, but I will be discussing the challenge for February, which I'm hoping is going to be a really, really interesting one. But for now, we are still working on the January challenge. And if I remember correctly, because it's been a couple of weeks since I've recorded this, I am actually planning my first little mob spawning area. So I must be more than 25 blocks away. I remember when I was recording the voiceover for episode 6, I wasn't too sure because every time I looked down, I wasn't thinking about counting how far up I was. Doing the voiceover, I know while I was doing the actual episode, I was quite focused on it. So, because I've got to actually place a water source block in this area so I can use the baits. The baits actually require a water block to function properly, so that is why I put that little half slab down there so I can actually fill that spot up with water, and then we'll be okay. And then, I think I made this... I remember debating whether or not this was going to be a big enough space to spawn mobs in. I couldn't remember if they had to be bigger or smaller, but while I do know how the final ended up, I won't spoil it here. We'll just keep going along and watch and see how I do. Watch all my little fails. I think I ended up saving those grass seeds just in case I needed to move the platform a little bit further away, but I suppose I could have made this top, the entire top layer out of grass, to be honest with you. Or not out of grass, out of dirt. Shouldn't have made a difference, because my only real rule is that I need to build these platforms. I didn't say what material I had to build them out. I know further down below I used some composting bins for part of the wall. I used I put a furnace in the wall. One of the sifters I put in a floor, actually, which was kind of cool because there's nothing underneath it, and I was actually a little worried that stuff was going to fall out the bottom, but it never did, so I didn't have to worry about it. There we go. I'm looking at the different baits. I know I made a couple before last episode, and I think I put them down in a storage bin down below just to get them out of my inventory for now. But we're going to let that grass grow, and then we're going to come up and we're going to place some of the baits, I think. One thing I do know is I needed to have so many grass blocks before stuff would spawn up. And I did have problems. I did try the ocelot bait, and because I didn't have any jungle trees or whatever, it didn't actually work. But so there we go. I put down the cow bait. place more blocks from the animal's home. So that's why here I discovered that, oh no, I need some more grass blocks. So I think I just leave it and I come back and wait to see what happens. Oh, I did actually use that second grass seed. For some reason I thought I was saving that just in case, but I bet you I was, and then thought, okay, well maybe I better use it up just to be safe rather than sorry. Now, the other little part of this challenge that I was forcing myself to do was to build each layer from the bottom up, which is why, it's episode 7 and I'm only just now... Yeah, this is episode 7, and I'm only just now getting to the point where I am spawning animals, because, I could have just, worked my way up in a, sort of a staircase way, but I said no, I want to build every single layer first before I move on to the next one. So that's why it took a lot of materials to do this. That is for sure. Oh yeah, that's right. I needed a little bit of water for the bait to work as well. Remember that's a super important part of the, I guess the function of the bait. I'm not 100% sure. Oh no, I had water. I think I actually did the same thing in when I was doing it, where I was thinking I needed some more water, and actually I had already done that. So I think I'm doing another layer up above this as well, just while I'm waiting for that grass to grow and those mobs to spawn in. I can't be too close or it won't work, but I did want to finish off, I think it was one more layer across the top here, and that was going to be it. That was going to be, I'm pretty sure that's as big as I build. From here on out, I'm pretty much just focused on spawning those passive mobs. So this was a fun challenge. I think it was a little bit of a different challenge. The build portion of it was, I would like to think, unique. And I'm hoping next month's build portion is going to be somewhat unique as well. Like I said, I got a couple of ideas. I haven't actually quite settled on what we want to do, but keep an eye out. I will be posting that on my Discord. I'm debating whether or not I should be putting out like maybe a video or something like that. Just I am interested in getting a couple other people involved at the same time, just to kind of see how other people handle it. One thing I like about the Sky Factory is the thing that really drives me to play the Sky Factory. I think it's one of the best mod packs out there. Is that there's so many different ways of accomplishing the same thing. And last month's challenge was the Pam's Harvest Craft, what was I calling it, the Parkour Orchard, where my goal was to craft I was thinking as many of the Pam's Harvest Craft saplings as possible. I considered trying to make that jump, but I was afraid I was going to go off the edge, so I took the easy way out and did it that way. So oh yeah, that's right, because I got to finish off this top art, don't I? I forgot about that. I kind of thought that I had already finished this layer, but I hadn't. So I'm finishing that off. Now, one thing I haven't talked about this episode is that all of this Sky Factory Survivor series is something that I am hoping, or at least planning on carrying over into Sky Factory 4 when it comes out. Because my understanding, I gotta make that jump, and I didn't. I was trying to walk that little edge there without actually having to jump, but broke my ankles instead. Yeah, so the goal is to carry this series over into Sky Factory 4, which from the little bit of research that I've seen on it, because I've seen a couple guys play it, but there's a lot of different, not scenarios, but I guess world types, with each one's going to have its own unique challenge. And I kind of thought if I did a traditional series where, I, building it, until I kind of run out of things to build, that, I would eventually reach a point, like I'd just be in one world, right? And I really want to kind of check out some of these other worlds as well. So I thought, giving myself a monthly challenge would probably be the better way of, it'll be a good way of getting a chance to experience. I noticed that torches aren't picking up on the corners there, so I gotta go. I definitely don't want any mobs spawning, not on a challenge like this. I've been lucky so far. Last month didn't have any challenges or any mobs in it either. No, back to Sky Factory 4. There's supposedly supposed to be a bunch of different, scenarios, or not scenarios, world types and that I want to get a chance at experiencing as many of them as possible. So I figured if I did a challenge every month and kind of, what was I checking out? Place more blocks. I think I end up moving this. I think I ended up moving it so it's sort of more in the middle, because I didn't know exactly how it was searching for. Yeah, that's right, because I ended up putting it right there. Place more blocks. Okay, I think I'm just waiting for it to get surrounded by the grass there. Anyway, Sky Factory 4, again, it's going to be a bunch of different scenarios, stuff like that. So, do I? Oh no, okay, again, I did take the not the easy way, but the safe route for sure. So yeah, as soon as that comes out, we'll be converting this challenge over to Sky Factory 4. Or at least that is my intention. It may take a month or so to do that, just to get a feel for the Sky Factory 4 and what kind of challenges are in there. Speaking of that, if you enjoyed this series, if you enjoyed this video, and you got an idea for a challenge that could be done in Sky Factory 3 or Sky Factory 4, leave a message, leave a note, either down below. You can get a hold of me on my Twitter at JackalWolf. My Discord page, I've talked about that already. Anywhere that you've got sort of a contact with me, let me know any sort of thoughts, any sort of ideas for how I could perhaps do a different type of challenge for Sky Factory. Still broke my ankles on that one, even though I was trying very carefully to be careful, and I don't even have ladders on all of these walls. I was too lazy to make all those ladders. So, but this was my wood farm early on in the series. Especially, I was just getting wood from the bottom block there, but I was losing so much over the edges. I said no, I need to make a proper station, and you can see, you might not have noticed it, but right over on the side there, you can see where I died. I think it was episode 3. I was climbing a tree here, and I thought I could parkour it, and I absolutely failed. I failed massively on that parkour, and ended up hitting the void at the bottom. So, what am I doing here? I'm making some sticks. I'm making a tool of some sort. Oh, I'm making a stone axe. Oh, I must need more wood. That's what I am all about here. What are we doing? We're down to, it's almost midnight, so we're down to about 6 minutes left in this episode. And I'm just waiting. Oh, I think if we listen carefully, right there. I remember that. You can see the little expression on my face. Yeah, no, that is the cow we've been waiting for. Then I chopped all that down, and it was another one of those big trees we had. Where did we go? Up here, and oh, one more. There we go. There it is. There is our first animal, our first member of the Q*bert petting zoo. So I'm gonna go make a little bit of a spot for him. I do. That's so funny. I do remember at this point saying, "Oh, hey, everybody, let me know if you got a name for the cow." But I think the next episode, I was like, "Oh, by the way, yeah, that's the don't bother naming the cow. I'm doing a marathon recording session, and I'll never have a chance to even see these names before I record the final episode." So, regardless, what am I working on here? I'm making some more fences to make a little pen for that cow. Is the first member of the Q*bert petting zoo. Oh, and I threw the sticks. Oh, wow, there was a little bit of lag there. Or maybe I got stuck on the... I can't remember now. It's odd watching this and doing a voiceover. Just because I don't always remember what I was thinking. I think I put wood blocks up along the edge. I debated here whether I should or not. And I said, okay, I'll go with the wood blocks. Just to be one edge of the platform. Last thing I want is the cow hopping up over top of it and plummeting to the void below. I've done that once. Nobody else needs to do that. That is for sure. And then up and over. Oh, I saw something drop there. The leaves are still... Oh, right here. I was thinking, how am I going to get the cow over? And this is my little fail here. A little bit of a face palm because I don't know what I'm thinking. I know I remembered it pretty quickly. Yeah, okay, I figured it out right away. I was a big dum-dum. There is a much easier way to move animals around in Sky Factory 3, and putting the fence there. I think I need to get some string, and that's what I'm going to go looking for. Because we're going to make ourselves an animal net. It is super easy to make. As far as resources go, anyways. I put a fence there instead. Oh, and then it was in the way. Yeah, no, come on. There you go. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got stringed out in my chest down below, so I'm probably going to run and grab that. Going very carefully. I should just be jumping. I mean, the 5 blocks is not a whole lot of damage. Actually, that's, I think, my thought process right there. Because we are 2 minutes left in this episode. Change this up to a net. I think I had to change the animal. It's an animal net, but I keep wanting to call it a mob net. Yeah, it's either I'm looking for a mob net. No, it's not there. It's called an animal net. Yeah, I'm shaking my head at myself, trying to remember what it's called. I'll just go back to net. Come on, it's there somewhere. There we go, animal net right there. Super easy to make. Sticks and string. You can see the sun rising very quickly here. I went up the wrong ladder. All the way up, just like Q*bert. Hop in the... Oh, I fell in the water as well. Just like Q*bert, all these little platforms up and down. Trying to get around. And there we go. So with the net, we pick up the cow. And we're going to come over here and... There we go. The cow is placed. It is our very first animal in our Q*bert petting zoo. But I got a feeling I'm going to be wrapping up this episode here in just a moment. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I've enjoyed doing this one. Now there's 2 more episodes. I do make an attempt at a couple of different mobs using those mob baits. There we go. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackalWolf, and I will see you guys next time. Just waiting for me to catch up. Come on. I was too quick on this one. I was too slow on the last one. There we go. Goodbye.